Elon Musk, How to Be Productive and 5 Vital Practices to Get Rich. Welcome back to Wealth-ology. For today's video, we will be going to talk about Elon Musk's method on how to be productive and 5 vital practices to get rich. Let's get started. You can't deny that Elon Musk is a very productive person, whether you like him or not. One of the most frequently asked questions during his Reddit AMA in 2015 was, "What daily habit do you believe has the largest positive impact on your life?" Elon Musk simply replied, "Showering." It's probable that Elon was trolling this individual. However, it's equally plausible that he was serious. When many entrepreneurs first start working for themselves, they quickly learn this lesson. It's a lesson that many adolescents learn once they graduate from high school and leave their parents' homes. The fewer external structures you have in your life, such as managers, parents, and exceptionally horse fairies named Jorgen von Strangle, you must rely on your self-discipline and drive to accomplish your goals. And your hygiene, personal appearance, and the structure and cleanliness of your environment all have an impact on those true attributes. So if you want to be productive at work on a daily basis, pay attention to these details. Shower every day, or at least enough to avoid smelling like a beta tester for Oscar's The Grouch's fragrance. Also, dress appropriately. You don't have to dress up for class, but you should wear clothes that you feel confident and show that you're serious about your studies. Musk leads by example for his colleagues. Musk is known for being a demanding boss who expects his staff to work long hours, outwork the competitors at all times, and give up any notion of a work-life balance. This can make him appear obnoxious and careless. Here's one thing that he said to one of his employees at Tesla. "I want you to think ahead and think so hard every day that your head hurts. I want your head hurts every night when you go to bed." Despite his aggressive personality, most of Musk's present and former workers hold him in high regard, and they're willing to give up a healthy lifestyle to suit his demands. What gives? One explanation is because Musk does not expect his employees to work any harder than he does. To put it in another way, he leads by example. Musk works anywhere from 85 to 100 hours a week, often for the entire week. He also has a strict system for hammering his duties in order to squeeze every last second out of them. So, while Musk's employees are putting in long hours, he is putting in even more. Of course, making sure that example is visible to those whose morale will benefit from it is an important aspect of establishing an example. That is why Musk elected to have his desk at Tesla in the middle of all the other engineers' desk on the production floor. One of Tesla's board members, Steve Jurvetson, revealed Musk's reasoning for choosing this location. He picks the most visible place on purpose. He's at Tesla's just about every Saturday and Sunday and wants people to see him and know they can find him. Now consider how this connects to your individual productivity. Setting a good example for people around you can further drive you to develop on a daily, regular basis. You're not going to rest on your laurels when you know other people are looking, especially if you've made demands on them. Plus, setting an example will assist your team become more cohesive and productive when you're working on a collective project, or if you eventually find yourself in a management position. Elon Musk's team must be cohesive and productive because he is continually establishing stretch goals, which is the foundation of our third lesson. Musk's penchant to set highly unrealistic timelines for his organization's numerous initiatives is one of his most well-known personality traits, and this can be impractical at times. If you're familiar with Tesla's early history, you may recall that the first Roadster was supposed to be delivered in 2006, but that date was punched back and back until the Roadster was ultimately introduced in late 2008. On the other hand, these seemingly insurmountable deadlines have a significant impact on his teams. Here's how one former executive at SpaceX put it. It's like he has everyone working on this car that is meant to get from Los Angeles to New York on one tank of gas. They'll work on the car for a year and test all of his parts. Then, when they set off for New York after that year, all the vice president think privately that the car will be lucky to get to Las Vegas. What ends up happening is that the car gets to New Mexico, twice as far as they ever expected. And Elon is still mad. He gets twice as much as anyone else out of people. That last statement deserves special attention since it brilliantly demonstrates the importance of stretch objectives. A stretch goal is essentially a goal that is beyond your existing capabilities or your current self-perception of your ability. If you think you can do 5 pull-ups and your coach instructs you to hop on the bar and do 10, he's just given you a really difficult stretch goal. And what will probably happen is that you will only get 7 pull-ups instead of 10. Often, the seemingly unattainable stretch objective is just what we need to give us beyond our preconceived boundaries. You have to have the guts to go for something that you don't think you can currently achieve, because in pursuit of it, you're gonna bring your skills up to the level that they need to be at to actually get it done. This kind of growth doesn't happen when you keep aiming for things that are just as doable as what you've done before, and Elon Musk knows this as well. Musk also understands the need of building a broad knowledge foundation. Musk stands out among the CEOs of all the IT businesses as one of the few who truly knows the science behind the automobiles and rockets that his company produce. Musk can genuinely follow along with his engineers when they describe challenges to him because of his broad understanding of physics, math, and engineering, and he has a knack for suggesting solutions that work. Furthermore, his broad knowledge also allows him to overcome mental boundaries and inspires his team to create and do things that others thought were impossible. The concept of recycling rockets is an excellent example. In this book, Ashley Vance notes that there's a camp of space experts who think Musk is flat out wasting his time, and that engineering calculators already prove the reusable rockets to be a fool's errand. Despite this, SpaceX sent the same Falcon 9 rocket into space for the second time in March of this year. Reusable rockets are now available. Musk's understanding of science and engineering isn't limited to his pre-CEO years. He worked hard to master the principles of what his engineers were building while running his businesses. Here's an excerpt from Vance's book on the subject. He would trap an engineer in the SpaceX factory and set to work grilling him about a type of valve or specialized material. I thought at first that he was challenging me to see if I knew my stuff, said Kevin Brogan, one of the early engineers. Then I realized he was trying to learn things. He would quiz you until he learned 90% of what you know. Musk is a T-shaped person because he insists on learning about every part of the engineering that goes into his firm's products. Someone with extensive knowledge and skills in one area, as well as a limited but nonetheless significant level of knowledge, is a variety of other areas and disciplines. An I-shaped person, on the other hand, is a specialist who has extensive knowledge in one subject but little else. They basically stay in their own little world. There's also something known as a dash-shaped archetype. These are people who can do everything but master nothing. You should strive to be a T-shaped person out of these 3 archetypes, since it provides you the best of both worlds. You can gain skills in one field to the point that you can make a truly important contribution to it. But having wide knowledge in a variety of other areas allows you to be more creative, allowing you to approach challenges from new angles and solve problems in novel ways. And that brings us to our final and most important lesson from Musk. Always assume that you can improve. Elon Musk said, quote, "I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself." Elon Musk is never content with his current situation. He may be proud of his achievements and what his firms have accomplished, but he recognizes that there is always something that may be done better. There is always a better, faster, cooler, or less expensive way. One of the better examples of this thinking in action was when he received a $120,000 quote for an electromechanical actuator, which is a part of that goes into a rocket. Elon Musk is never content with his current situation. This way of thinking has now been given a name. It's known as a development mindset, and it's possibly the single most crucial quality that distinguishes successful people from those who aren't. A growth mindset believes that everyone can learn anything if they are willing to put out enough effort. If they fail, they'll get back up and try again, this time with a better understanding of what not to do. Finally, they see that their potential is only limited by their desire to work hard and try new ways until something works. People with a fixed mindset do not think this way. They tend to view the world as something that will remain unchanged. Furthermore, they are not the type of people that improved with time. They can also believe that the way that they do things now is the best way to do them. These are types of people that believes that if something isn't broken, don't fix it. However, it is this kind of thinking that keeps people mired in ruts. It results in stagnation. Those that live a growth-oriented life, on the other hand, will make progress. And even if the progress they make is small, even if it's just 1% per day, over time, well, that adds up. We already discussed how Elon Musk is a T-shaped individual with a deep degree of skill complemented by a broad knowledge base on a variety of issues. And this is something you should strive to be, especially as more firms rely on algorithms and automation to tackle simple tasks. If you're an engineering student, for example, you'll want to spend the majority of your time studying fluid dynamics and algorithms. However, if you spend some of your free time dabbling in things like marketing or graphic design, or even a tech area like machine learning AI that you're unfamiliar with, you'll be able to use your main skill set more creatively. And you might even find a job at the intersection of two fields that you didn't even know existed in the first place. So what did you realize about Elon Musk's vital practices? Which of these methods has had the most impact on you? Please let me know in the comment section below, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Turn on the notification bell and subscribe to our channel for more. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Stay tuned for our next video.